Well, my name is Moffat, and I'm here to uh, share with my friends my experience as a founder member and an advocate for community health in medical and maternal care. And my background is really interesting when you try to look at what am I doing now and what is happening. I came to this community many years ago, and one of the things that got really moved to this community is because it provided cheaper housing. Because where I was before, it was quite expensive to afford rent. So I moved to the Kangwara community with the prospect of trying to afford housing care. And even when I moved here, I remember when you're living in a community, there are so many things that you find a challenge. And one of the things is the kind of sanitation, healthcare, education, and so forth. And immediately I moved to the neighborhood. I got this uh, sickness that required me to seek medical care. I was new and I wanted to get treated. And as it was through asking, which is the realist medical center or hospital that can be able to provide the diagnosis and proper treatment. So I moved to this place where I got a medical personnel, and you really don't know what it means to get better healthcare when you don't know where you're coming from. There is that trust, and the trust. If you do not investigate well, you don't know who you're going to encounter. So if you go to a medical place and they tell you who they are cuddle, and you trust them anyway, and you believe them, and this is what happened. It will occur to me many years later that I had to do all that. And with the information are all over today, you can be able to tell exactly what's going on. You can tell uh, if the person is qualified. You have a way through maybe the government portals of knowing if the person providing the care is qualified, licensed, or registered. You can go to the portal and look at their numbers and be able to access the information you wanted. You can also go further and try to Google your symptoms. And then, they always say that modern Medicare is Google away. And you can be able to be given medication and you can question because all the information you want are fingertips away. So I was so unlucky that over time, in the course of that week, after getting the treatment, the medication, and waiting for recovery, it just happened that nothing positive was outcome coming from the treatment. So it forced me to seek further and further and further. And that's how I got to be inspired to be where we are because when I'd lost in it, I had to now consider seeking further help. And this came from Fred, who was winding his internship in one of the hospitals in the eastern part of the country. So I gave him a call and he came and dropped, and he was able to diagnose me, get treatment. And this is where I got the commitment and the passion to feel that someday I don't fall the victim of what had happened, or no other person will experience that. And I think more often that's how dreams are born, you know. We all go through life challenges. They make us. Dreams are born in those circumstances. Commitments are bonded during that time. So when you look at the big picture and understand how you can change the world, it can only get better when we confront the obstacles beforehand and be able to see how we can make a road thereafter. You don't have to be a victim the second time, nor will you want another person to go through the victimization process that you have been, because we all learn and we are all born to experience and out of experience to use it so that the world can be a better place for all humanity and future humanity and generations to come. And that's exactly what I feel today. That despite all these things, despite what I went through, a few years later, many have been beneficiary of that one challenge, from one man to dream big, to better the world or the community. So that's what happened. And for me, to dream and become where I am, I can only say it's been lucky. I've been fortunate. I've been supported. I've been loved. I've been showered with heavenly blessings. God has given me the star to shine on my path, and the things get better. And how else can they get better when I look down and see the Father we've come? Even that one care that has achieved a success or that gotten better care, that all, it's all that matters. And I know we don't go with numbers. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's not about how many, but it's all about a difference. So long as we don't hurt, so long as we don't harm, it's all about that one individual at a time, one care at a time, one change at a time. And that's all that matters.